Lily traced the jagged lines radiating from her shoulder, a map etched in pain across her skin years ago. A fire had claimed her home and sculpted these marks onto her body. Though physically healed, the scars became a cage she built herself. She wore high collars even in summer, avoided mirrors, and kept her distance in crowds. Her world shrank to the quiet corners of the city library where she worked, surrounded by stories far braver than her own. The whispers she imagined behind her back were louder than any spoken word, a constant hum of imagined judgment and pity that kept her heart locked away. She saw her reflection only in fleeting, unavoidable glimpses, a stranger with a ruined landscape she couldn't bear to claim. One rain-slicked evening, seeking shelter from a sudden downpour, Lily ducked into a small, warmly lit bakery she'd always hurried past. The air was thick with the comforting scent of cinnamon and yeast. Behind the counter stood a woman with kind eyes and flour dusting her apron like powdered sugar. "First time here, dear?" the baker asked, her voice as warm as the oven's. Lily instinctively pulled her scarf tighter, nodding mutely. "Try the star bread," the baker smiled, placing a small, braided pastry dusted with shimmering sugar crystals on a plate. "It's my specialty. Looks complicated, but every twist and turn adds to its beauty." The simple kindness, offered without hesitation, felt like a small crack in Lily's carefully constructed walls. Weeks passed, and Lily found herself drawn back to the bakery, Elara's oven. Named after the baker, she'd sit at a small corner table, nursing a hot chocolate, observing Elara's easy interactions with customers. One afternoon, while reaching for a book high on a shelf at the library, Lily's sleeve slipped down, revealing the edge of her scarred forearm to Mrs. Gable, a notoriously sharp-tongued regular. "Goodness, dear. What on earth happened there?" she exclaimed, her voice carrying. Lily froze, her face burning, the familiar terror of exposure flooding her. She fumbled with her sleeve, stammering incoherently, ready to flee the building and never return. Before Lily could escape, Elara's calm voice cut through the tension she'd been dropping off. "A donation of day-old pastries, Mrs. Gable," Elara said smoothly, stepping beside Lily. "Everyone carries their history, don't they? Some marks are just more visible than others." Her gaze held Mrs. Gable's without accusation, then softened as she turned to Lily. "Come by the shop later, Lily. I've got a new batch of star bread just for you." The unexpected defense, the gentle acknowledgement without pity, left Lily speechless, a fragile warmth blooming in her chest where only cold dread had resided moments before. Later, under the soft glow of the bakery's pendant lights after closing, Lily sat with Elara hesitantly, driven by a newfound courage sparked by Elara's earlier words. She pushed her sleeves up fully, revealing the intricate network of scars. She braced for revulsion, but Elara simply studied them with quiet intensity. "May I?" Elara asked softly. At Lily's nod, she traced a path gently with her fingertip, not along the scars themselves, but along the smooth skin beside them. "Look," she whispered, pointing to the patterns the raised skin made against the light. "See how these lines here curve like Cassiopeia's chair? And this cluster near your shoulder, it reminds me of the Pleiades, the seven sisters. It's like your own private night sky, Lily. A constellation of survival." Tears Lily hadn't realized she was holding back spilled over. No one had ever spoken of her scars like that, not as ruins, but as something unique, even beautiful. Elara shared her own story then, a small, faded scar on her wrist from a childhood accident, a reminder of resilience. "We all carry stars, Lily," she said. "Some are just easier to see. They tell our stories, the battles we've endured, the strength we didn't know we had. They aren't flaws. They're proof of light finding its way through the darkest cracks." The bakery, filled with the lingering scent of sugar and bread, felt like sacred ground. Months later, on a clear summer night, Lily stood on the rooftop terrace of her new apartment building. She wore a sleeveless dress, the cool night air a gentle caress on her skin. Below, the city lights twinkled like a terrestrial galaxy. But Lily's gaze was drawn upwards to the vast, real cosmos scattered across the velvet darkness. She traced the familiar patterns in the sky, Cassiopeia, the Pleiades, and then, slowly, reverently, traced the corresponding patterns on her own arm and shoulder. The old shame had dissolved, replaced by a profound sense of connection. Her scars were no longer wounds to hide, they were her personal map of the universe, a testament to enduring the fire and emerging, not broken, but uniquely marked. They were her constellation, a story written in resilience, finally read not with pity, but with wonder she smiled, feeling the stars above and the stars she carried within her skin whispering the same ancient, comforting truth. You are part of something vast and beautiful, and with that peaceful certainty wrapped around her like a blanket, Lily turned in, ready for a deep, dreamless sleep beneath the shared sky.